pretty fast paced, but we don't want to feel fast, but it just goes quickly, so it's pretty fun. Okay, so the first person who I do want to introduce, I don't think any of y'all have ever met before, but his bio is really interesting. I mean, this guy, he has been an owner, an entrepreneur, a church minister, motivational speaker, television producer, host, podcaster, writer. He has an Amazon bestseller. He is truly a master of everything. Please welcome up to the top, Tom Adams. Woo!
From the time I was 4 years old, I have had a pain that starts in the back of my leg and goes all the way down to my leg. It feels like a migraine that never, ever goes away. It just hangs there. And as a result, from that time till now, I have experienced just unbelievable pain. I struggle to sleep at night. I actually take a lot of Tylenol, or I have over the years taken a lot of Tylenol to support myself. My doctor said it was growing pains. They wanted to give me all kinds of drugs, and I didn't really want to do that. And so I've gone to chiropractors. I've gone to massage therapists. I have had more orthotics than you can imagine in order to help solve this problem. I've done my own kind of exercise routines that kind of break up things, hoping to help this pain that never seems to go away. And on my 50th birthday, I decided it was my time to say no more. I was going to give this gift to myself to get rid of this pain. And so I went looking, and I finally found someone who could help me with this. And I met a guy named Dr. Matt Ryan. And Dr. Matt Ryan gave me this insight. He said, Tom, if you're willing to work with me, we can get rid of the pain. If you're willing to work with me. And I kind of took that in and I went, wow, this is the first time anybody's ever said it's possible without just injections or something like that. And I trusted him, but he said two things. I need you to have commitment, which means every day for the next 20 weeks, you have to show up twice a week for 2 hours, and you're going to have to be courageous. This is going to be the hardest work you've ever done. And man, was he right. First thing he did was he forced me out of old habits. How I sat at my desk, how I breathed, how I sat watching television, how many Tylenol I took on a daily basis. He said, that's all got to change. So we broke old habits, but then he forced me into something that I wasn't expecting. He forced me into this, learning new patterns. And I mean new patterns that were painful. I had to sit this way for 20 minutes a day every time I was with him. I had to learn to bend over and touch my toes. My entire life, I have not been able to touch my toes, and he taught me that. And then he forced me into repetition. I had to touch my toes every time I saw him. Every day I have to learn to touch my toes. And as that started to happen, that repetition began to take place, something incredible started to happen. I gained strength. And when I gained strength, I can't even believe to this day you're seeing what you're seeing in front of you. I could barely lift my leg to the left of my back foot. Now, I know you look at me and you go, man, this guy's got it together. The reality is, this is some of the most painful work I've ever done. And the more I did that, the more stability I got, the more he pushed me into harder and harder patterns. But as I've gained stability and as I've been able to learn that with my body, then now what he's trying to do to me is push me even further. And he's pushing me into something called agility. Notice that's not me, finally. Notice the hot body that I'm going to have. But stability and agility is the next part of my journey, and he's forcing me to get faster and quicker with that. And the goal of all this for me has been freedom. Freedom away from the pain and to flexibility, ability to kind of be comfortable in public, to sleep again. And I had hoped for many years that the freedom I got would just come with the flick of a switch. Sadly, the flick of a switch doesn't give you freedom. This kind of crap gives you freedom. The hard work gives you freedom. And so I've had to bend over and do weird stuff with my body in order to get me to a place where I was free of the pain. Every day I work with people who are looking for insights. They want insights in their business, in their lives, how they operate their business, how they think about the work they do, how they plan their futures. And all of that insight is something that we're all seeking. You're looking for it at this conference. I look for it all the time. And this is the lesson I want to give to you from what I've learned this year. Insight happens in a moment. Mastery takes a lifetime. Mastery does not come overnight. And insight is something we all want, but we often want the effects of the insight quickly. Michelangelo said if people knew how hard I worked to gain mastery, they wouldn't think it was all that cool anymore. And it's hard work to gain mastery. It takes a lifetime. 10,000 hours is the one that was quoted as the minimal entry point. If you've never seen this movie, watch it. Hero Dreams of Sushi. Great movie, great documentary. You must immerse yourself in your work. You must dedicate your life to mastering your skill. That's the secret of success. Now, when you think about this, and I hope for you that whatever pain you're in, you understand that if you gain an insight at this conference, it's possible to be pain-free. I, for the last 8 weeks, have been utterly pain-free. I've been taking a Tylenol in 20 weeks, and I am pain-free today. And this is 50 years in the making. So I am beyond excited. And for you, I hope for you this. If you're not willing to risk the unusual, you got to settle for the ordinary. If you're not willing to do the work to gain mastery, it'll always be ordinary. I hope for you extraordinary success. Thank you.